In this video, I'll be teaching you how I made this simple top that I wore with this straight trouser. So if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and without wasting much time, let's get right into the tutorial. So guys, I started with the pattern drafting of this blouse, and this is the front bodice of this blouse. So this blouse has the joining at the waist area. So this front bodice has the shoulder, the bust, and the waist. So for this pattern also, I'm using the regular darts for it. I'm not using a bustier, but you can use a bustier for it. So at this point, after marking my armhole, I went ahead to measure my bust divided by 4, and on my waistline I measured my waist divided by 4 also. Then I added my 1 inch for that. So I went ahead to connect this upward. Then after connecting, another thing I did was to take my bust dart. So the bust dart is the difference between the half length of my front bodies and the back bodies. So the difference of mine was 1 inch, which I took out. For the neckline is quite wide because I added this strap sleeve in between also. So what I did was to measure the wideness of my neckline was 6 inches, and the depth of it was about 3.5 inches. So it was 6 inches wide, 6 inches wide by 3.5 inches depth. So I went ahead and I just connected it like that. So guys, what I'm doing right now is to mark my shoulder slope because I did not mark it initially. So I'm trying to mark it after I've drawn the neckline. So you can mark it before or after. So this is what I have. The next thing I will do is to cut out my pattern. This is the back bodies, and I've also went ahead to mark the armhole of this, and I've also went ahead to also do some other measurements. That is the bust divided by 4, the waist area I prevent zip bulging, and I took out my darts. So it's just the regular back bodies. So at this point here, I measured my shoulder here. So that's my shoulder. And for the neckline of the back also, I'll be using 6 inches. And for the depth of the back, I'll be using 4 inches. So guys, this is the back bodies and this is the front bodies also. As you can see that this is 1 inch longer. The front is 1 inch longer than the back. So that's the reason for the bust that of 1 inch that I took at the front. So now let's move to the lower part of the blouse. So this is what I have. So for the length, depending on the blouse length you're working with, just deduct your half length from it, and the remaining measurement should be what you will use for this. So what I did at this point was to measure my waist divided by 4. I measured it, though I did not add a dart, but I would advise you add a dart to yours so that it can have more fitting. So after that, I'll go ahead and measure my hip at the end of this pattern paper. So measure your hip divided by 4. Then you connect it to your waist. I'm adding extra 1 inch because of the hip area is not fitted. This is a bit, it has some ease at that point. So I'm adding extra 1 or 1.5 depending on how wide you want it to be. Then you connect from the waist down to that point. So I have two lines here. So it's either I use the first one or the second one. So that was what I did. So the next thing I did was to go up by about 1.5 inches just to connect the edge of this blouse so that it is not just straight, it is curvy. So I decided to opt for my hip, my exact hip measurement. So I did not add extra to it. So after that, I'll go ahead and do the measurement for the false pocket. So for the false pocket here, I measured 3.5 inches as the height. Just keep watching so that you can understand what I'm doing. Then the wideness of this is 5 inches. So what I did again was to just cut this. I think I'm using about 4 inches. Then that's 3.5 by 4 inches. Then I divide this into two. So one was 2.5, the other one was 1. Then I will connect it like this. So the wideness of this false pocket is 4 inches and the height of this pocket is 3.5 inches. Then I divided it like this just to make this shape. So just do any shape of your choice. So this was what I was able to come up with. Then I went ahead to cut it out. So guys, when I place it on the lower part of the blouse, so this is what I have. So when you place it and you notice it is too big or too small, just adjust where necessary. So now I'll go ahead now and cut all my fabrics. So this is the first pocket and this is the fabric. I cut two each. Those tiny strap are for the tiny strap at the sleeve area, at the shoulder area rather. So this is the sleeve. I just went ahead with a straight sleeve because on the day I was making this I had limited time, so I just went ahead with a straight sleeve, just like a straight sleeve. So this is what I have, and for my other bodies this is what it looks like. So I cut the back and the front. So the back is just 1 inch different, that is for the zipper allowance. So I cut the back, I cut the front. So this is the back upper bodies. So this is it. And this is the front upper bodies too. So this is what we have. Then after I started sewing, so I went ahead to join the front together, the lower part and the upper part. Then where this strap will be, what I did was to just measure 4.5 inches from the center front inward. 4.5 inches from the center front inward. That's what I measured. So the strap is starting after the 4.4 inches. So altogether it's 4.5, but the strap is starting after 4 inch. So I went ahead to pin this other side too. Then I'll go ahead and use my lining. Like I said, see the color of lining I'm using. I had limited time. I couldn't even go out to get a lining. So I have to use what I have at home. So I used this lining to just cover it up. Yes. And I went ahead to sew. So for the back also, this is what the back looks like. And I also used the lining to turn it and also do the necessary things. So after you are done, what I did was to overlap this part with the half inch we have. You know, there is an half inch at the front because it has a joining. So I'll just place it on each other, just half inch inward. Then I'll place it on each other and I will sew it down. So for the back, I'll go ahead and fix the zipper and I will join the sides together. So this is what I have after joining the front and the back together. As for the strap, so I'll wear it, then I will tell someone to help me pin it at the back so that I can get the perfect fitting. For the first pocket, I just went 1 inch. Sorry, I went 2 inches below the waistline. That is where I fixed this, and I fixed it at the middle of this. So I went 2 inches below the waistline. Then I went ahead to fix my first pocket. So I just fold it a little bit inside, and I sew it downward. So I also went ahead to also fix my sleeve. So this is my sleeve after sewing and hemming. Then I will go ahead and fix the sleeve to the bodice. So guys, after fixing the sleeve, this is what I have, and the only thing left is to fix the buttons and also pin this at the back. Like I said, I'll put this on and I'll tell someone to help me just pin it down. Then I will sew at the tip. After pinning, I'll just use the same thread to just sew at the tip. Then I will go ahead and fix the button. So after doing that, I went ahead to fix a black button, and this is what it looks like on me. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked, please like, comment, share, and also subscribe. Thank you.